What's good, YouTube? Back with another one. Before we get into it, make sure you guys hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell. But let's get right into it. Now, it's been reported that Toronto rapper Gogetta was found guilty of second-degree murder in the shooting death of 21-year-old Jakub Sudomericky. According to the report, the shooting took place in a parking lot of an LCBO location on Danforth Road near Victoria Park Avenue at around 5:30 p.m. According to investigators, the 21-year-old victim got into a verbal altercation with a 20-year-old man inside the store. According to the report, the victim would leave the store first, and a chase ensued within the parking lot after the suspect exited the LCBO. Seconds later, gunshots were heard, and Sudomericky was subsequently found laying on the ground in the parking lot suffering from a single gunshot wound to his upper body. He was rushed to hospital in critical condition but later died from his injuries.
There may be a bit of a COVID angle to this story. Just spoke with a witness, too shaken to speak on camera. Witness was here when it went down, said that the trouble actually started in the store in the LCBO around 5:30. Apparently started with an argument over social distancing. It ended up outside, and a 22-year-old man was gunned down here. We can see physical evidence still here. Police did recover a knife from the scene. There were lots of people around at the time, as well as video in the store and in the parking lot. The police were called and told about a silver Honda leaving the scene going east. They were able to catch up to the Honda, make a traffic stop. They have 3 suspects in custody right now as we speak. They're still at 41 Division with homicide investigators, and police asking for any other witnesses to give them a call, at least those that haven't spoken to them. Again, this was daylight at a busy store. Lots of video here. The investigation continues, but it does look like this was started over social distancing.
The suspect fled the scene in a vehicle, and a civilian witness would pass the license plate of the vehicle onto police through a 911 call. Responding officers located the vehicle within 8 minutes of the shooting and less than 2 kilometers away from the scene. 3 occupants in the vehicle were taken into custody, and 1 man identified by investigators as Michael Roberts, a 20-year-old Toronto resident, was charged with first-degree murder. Police said that the 2 other people that were arrested were released and are not expected to face any charges in connection with the incident.
Well, we heard from one of the lead detectives, Detective Thornton, of the Toronto Homicide Squad, and as you just reported, what she did confirm was there was an argument in the LCBO 5:30 yesterday evening, Victoria Park and Danforth. She confirmed that both the suspect, the accused I should say, and the deceased were both wearing masks at the time they were near the cache. I asked her about this argument over social distancing, and she would not comment on that, and I understand why. And that is because if that's the case, she and all the other investigators want to hear from the witnesses' own words what they heard with regards to that argument. If she were to confirm that it was because of social distancing, she may taint other witnesses, and come court time, anybody that hits the witness box and repeats what they said could be accused of just repeating what they've heard through the media. This is why she wouldn't comment on that. Sounds to me like there's a very good likelihood that in fact was the case. Now, she said the argument wasn't animated, that the witnesses were only those that were near the cash register as both men were purchasing alcohol. The deceased left first, and she said within seconds of the accused leaving the store, he fired 1 shot at the deceased as the deceased was running through the parking lot. The accused then got into a vehicle with 2 other people, and he drove that car 2 kilometers from the homicide scene, where officers were able to stop him and arrest him. Now, he's been charged with first-degree murder, so that means there was some planning and deliberation. The detective elaborated on that slightly, and what she said was momentary plan. So, in other words, if there was an argument and this guy had a gun on him and he decided as a result of that argument he's going to go out and shoot this deceased, that's where the first-degree murder charge
At the time of the shooting, police did not confirm whether the victim or the suspect knew each other prior to the incident, but according to one witness, the victim and the suspect appeared to be arguing over social distancing inside the store, a detail the detective did not confirm but would not rule out at the time. Roberts would later admit to fatally shooting Sudomericky and plead to manslaughter, but the plea was rejected by the Crown. Gogetta would testify in a judge-only trial that Sudomericky provoked him in the parking lot of the LCBO, calling him an effing N-word, and pulled a knife on him, causing him to go into a blind rage and take his gun out and chase after Sudomericky before shooting him. Now, police did recover a knife at the scene, and let's be honest, we all know someone, or we've been in a situation where some white boy tried to go on super sick trying to trick you out your freedom. Now, during the trial, the Crown argued that Roberts wasn't a credible witness and he was not provoked, and that there was no racial slurs were uttered. Now, how would they know that I don't know. The Crown also goes on to say even if one was said, it wouldn't be enough for a provocation of self-defense. His defense would argue that the cumulative effect and the provocation in combination with the effects of multiple joints of marijuana prevented Gogetta from formulating the necessary intent to commit murder. The judge would later side with the Crown, saying they established beyond a reasonable doubt that the defense of provocation does not apply in this case and that Gogetta was not impaired and intended to shoot and kill Sudomericky or cause him serious injuries that he knew would likely cause death, and found Gogetta guilty of second-degree murder. The conviction carries an automatic life sentence, but a judge would have to decide after a sentencing hearing how long Gogetta must serve in prison before becoming eligible for parole, a period between 10 and 25 years. Now after the verdict, Gogetta's affiliate took to Instagram. Young Rax had this to say: smoking that N-word and all his dads, F him, his homies, and his B-word ASS mama, emojis, free my dog, at Mr. Gogetta. Y'all can let me know your thoughts in the comment section, man. Don't let them trick you out your freedom. Hit that like, hit that share, hit that subscribe button. Follow me on Twitch, Instagram, Rapboy Ninja. Link in the description box. You don't know.